Can you hear me through the mic?
Yeah, I can hear you talking now. Yeah.
But can you hear me through the microphone?
Can you turn off whatever's in the background? What are you watching? NPR?
Yeah.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Alexa, stop.
Please, Alexa. All right.
Alexa, do you understand subservitude?
Jason,
all right, Alexa.
the Oddball creator, salt and pepper in it.
So my hair?
Or salt and pepper. Do you look distinguished now? You do.
Thanks.
You look like your penis should be wearing like a Hugh Hefner smoking jacket.
It does wear a huge Hefner smoking jacket.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's great to have you here, man. It's great to see you.
Yeah, it's been a while, man.
It has been a while. I've been good. I've been good. I've been on a very long break from school, which has been nice. The semester ended May 2nd.
They call that a sabbatical.
Yeah, well, it's a semester where I go to school, and so I don't have to go back until August 20th.
All right, good.
That's been nice. Yeah. I got a little bit of hot water with the podcast a couple of weeks ago, but
what'd you do?
Well, so we were talking about how people now are taking fertility drugs to get pregnant.
Yep.
I think that's fucked. I was like, I think that's selfish. I was just joking though. You know, I was like, if you need fertility drugs, chances are you're probably behaving in a manner that's kind of cunty. And it's just not in the cards for you. I'm like,
some people aren't ready for Josh Doane. Let's just be honest. Some people aren't ready for you.
Some people aren't ready for anything now. Like, you can't say anything.
Yeah.
But
I'm ready for you.
How's Lisa? How is everything?
Well, she's 9 months pregnant.
She is with child.
She is with child with the child inside of her, no less.
In utero.
In utero, like Kurt Cobain.
Well, he shot himself in the mouth with a shotgun. I don't know how in utero that is. It's pretty gangster. I don't know if it's in utero.
Well, Courtney's pretty gangster, I think, actually.
Why? Because she killed him and got away with it.
That's cold-blooded, then. That was
yeah.
Her
career fucking took off after that.
Her karma is,
Yeah. Well, I mean, have you seen her lately? That's karma.
I have not seen her. I don't look for Courtney Love on the internet.
She looks like a very used tampon.
Oh, red and white.
And just drenched in guilt.
Drenched in guilt.
It's a guilt
tampon.
It's a guilt pond.
It's a guilt pond. Yeah, guilty pond. Yeah, she's a guilt pond.
So speaking of dead people, so the other day I was talking to somebody that I had met on a Reddit chat about Elliott Smith. And
that's your bread and butter right there.
That's my bread and butter right there. That is my fucking my forte. So we're talking about Elliott, and we're talking about what our favorite albums were, and what. And my argument was the direction he was going musically with From a Basement on the Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And if he didn't get murdered and was able to complete that album, I think it would have ranked right up there with the White Album. I think the direction he was going was just unbelievable. He was just so prolific at that time when he got murdered.
Yeah.
So
you're saying that he got murdered. So let's dig into that. What do you mean?
I mean that Jennifer Chiba stabbed him in the chest twice.
Well, let's talk about it. Who's Jennifer Chiba?
The psycho he was dating at the time.
Us in the mental health world don't like the word psycho. Just the woman who murdered Elliott Smith will do, please.
Okay. She was a little bit off the reservation.
That's good.
Is there a pronoun I should use for the psych word people? Is there something I'm missing here?
Val, and Valium.
Val/Valium. Yeah,
Val/Valium.
What about Zoe for Zoloft? I like that.
Depakote.
Depakote. Deppy.
Doesn't Depakote sound like you're putting on a fat suit? Just like
it does. It sounds like you're doing something.
A Depakote.
Completely different than what it is.
You're putting on a
Depakote. But anyhow, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry if that did offend you. I'm sorry. But the thing is at the time of his death, the toxicology report was clean. He wasn't doing any drugs. Everybody that knew him said he was happy. And then out of nowhere, he's going to stab himself twice in the chest with a steak knife.
Which is a very like Shakespearean thing to do. That's
stabbed himself, pulled it out, and then did it again.
Yeah. Is there a documentary on this or something? Should there be? Or
well, there's one that's called Heaven Adores You that this guy Nicholas Rossi did, who I met when he was making it. Really, really cool guy. But the documentary, it gets into like his early life, but then like the documentary is like, oh, he died, and then it just ends. It's like, dude, we already all knew that shit.
Yeah.
Like him growing up in Texas, having a tough time with the stepfather, moving to Oregon, moving to Brooklyn, moving to LA, getting murdered. End of it. I'm like, dude, why don't you make a documentary about what the people want to see? Fucking
so
crap.
Yeah. So why don't they interview the estranged ex-girlfriend?
Oh, she won't talk.
She won't talk, huh?
Won't talk. Mm-mm.
I
tried to reach out to that bitch.
Good luck. You try to reach out to her.
Well, there's a girl out here. Her name's Allison Camus, and she writes for a lot of like independent like LA magazines and shit. And she was digging into what happened with Elliot. And so one day we met. This is a while ago. This is probably like 6 years ago. We'd met for a drink, and we were talking.
You don't drink anymore, so this was a while ago. You don't even drink anymore.
Yeah, this was 6 years ago. This is about a year before I got sober. Yeah. So we were talking, and I wasn't like shit faced. Like I remember the meeting fine. I got shit faced after, but I stayed present for the meeting. And so we're talking, and she was like listing off all these people that I reached out to her for comment. Dude, she wouldn't even talk to the LAPD until they had to fucking like make her come down to the station. She brought a lawyer with her and didn't say a word, which is smart, but
it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyhow, enough about the morose stuff. How are you? How's the life in the life of the T-Bone?
Well, the life of the T-Bone is we're expecting a baby, so
a baby.
That's really the new stuff here. That's the really big stuff.
It's a big story. You're gonna be a dad.
Could be a dad.
You're gonna be huge.
Huge.
You gotta stretch the H.
Huge. Pretty good.
So what gender is this little roly-poly chubby cheek shit maker gonna be?
It's my daughter.
Nice. What's her name gonna be?
I can't tell you. It's a guarded secret.
Tell me the fucking name.
I can't tell you. Sorry.
If you were anybody else right now and you wouldn't tell me the name, I'd be like, I hope that fucking kid's born with the worst fucking Down syndrome it's ever fucking had.
That's terrible. It's Joshuina. Right. It's Joshuina Doane.
That poor thing. So when is she due?
August 8th. So filming this is July 21st, so it's like 2 weeks.
Filming?
Well, yeah, I mean filming.
What do you mean? Filming what?
Well, I'm filming a reality show with Josh with you right now.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for asking for my consent ahead of time.
I know. I have a full crew right here. We have a snack board with many meats and cheeses. I was just in the back eating and drinking a Snapple.
Snapple. Jesus, I'm not snapping off. What's that shit called? So you have a charcuterie board, like a charcuterie.
I had a charcuterie board.
A crudité.
We actually had Domino's pizza, and I delivered it with my mind.
You still eat Domino's?
I do.
Oh.
But more likely, I ordered the pizza with my mind. So
you ordered Domino's using telekinesis.
I did. Yes, it was the strangest thing.
When the baby's born, the minute that the doctor releases her from the womb, I want a text saying that she's healthy and everything's okay in the name. Okay,
and I'll take a picture of the placenta.
If you could take a picture of the baby crowning and send it, that'd be even better. That's what I'm into.
That's what fuels my engine.
Speaking of babies, I thought there's a store out here. They probably have them where you're from too, or back where we're from.
Where we're from.
Called Bye Bye Baby.
Oh yeah, it's like Marshalls for babies.
I heard that shit. I thought it was like an abortion clinic, like Planned Parenthood or something.
Like Bye Bye Baby.
Bye Bye Baby. See ya. I said that shit in the podcast. And my buddy Bill BJ, he was like, dude, he's like, I don't think that's what it is. And I'm like, well, then what is it?
It's a baby retail store.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's the name they came up with.
Bye bye baby.
How does that sound like anything except abandoning a baby, aborting a baby, or a black father? That's
wow.
Bye bye baby.
That was something. What it was called? Ciao baby. Ciao baby.
Oh, like CIAO.
Like ciao.
It's better. Or like arrivederci. Yeah.
Ciao baby.
Ciao baby. So how's work going? How's the nonprofit? How's all that?
Oddball Foundation is doing well. We're gearing up for a memorial walk. It's no longer a 5K.
Yeah, who wants to run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna get a timer and bibs and stuff, and I said no, that's not the purpose of this. This is a suicide prevention walk. This is a memorial walk. All the 5K dickheads can just leave.
What the bibs? Why would you wear bibs?
Bibs.
Oh, for the baby.
No, you're going back to the baby. No, bibs. That's what the 5K people wear. They wear bibs. They're called bibs.
What is it?
You never heard of a bib?
I've heard of a baby bib.
It's the thing with the numbers on it.
Oh, that's called the bib?
Called a bib.
Oh yeah, all the marathons I've ran. How did I forget?
Well, you don't look like you ran a marathon.
I've never ran a marathon in my life. The most I've ran in my life was once when I was running from my dad and he was chasing me with a fucking frying pan.
I believe that.
Yeah, because I was smoking weed in the house, in the living room. And he came home. My mother was like, "What are you gonna do about that?" My dad was like, "Sit down." My dad was like, "Sit down and join him." But he couldn't.
What if he was cooking eggs at the same time? You know, he had eggs going on that frying pan.
I think that, and he was like flipping them while he was running.
I'm gonna get you when these pancakes are done.
Yeah,
you can have them.
He came home and he just grabbed it because it was like the first. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you." He's pissed.
Memories light the corners of my mind.
And then he died of cancer. So
oh god,
I
win. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh, let me tell you a story.
Oh, that's okay. I can talk about that. My dad got murdered by cancer.
Yeah. A lot of people's dads get murdered by cancer. It's
a lot of people's moms get murdered by cancer. Sisters, brothers, loved ones.
Cancer just murders people.
It does. It's got a pretty good kill rate. Like its success rate for death, those are like Hall of Fame numbers.
Yeah, that's like super. That's worse than pandemics. That's worse than the Hurricane Jeffrey Dahmer. That's just worse than a lot.
I got COVID for the first time.
Did you?
2 weeks ago. I was sick as fuck for like one day. I was coughing up all sorts of like nasty shit, and then I was fine.
Yeah, I was listening to NPR. Funny enough. And you know that the COVID-19 vaccine is made out of horseshoe crab.
Yeah.
No, you knew that. Like you're not even surprised. You didn't know that.
No, I'm just saying I'm not surprised.
Horseshoe crabs are a dime a dozen. Did you know that if you use horseshoe crab for bait, 30 cents a pound. You use it for scientific purposes, $1,500 a horseshoe crab. We're in the wrong line of work.
That's like betting on the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl.
How?
Because it's a ridiculous thing to do.
Farm horseshoe crabs?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. I mean, either you do 30 cents, hacked up horseshoe crab for fishermen, or you save them like God intended, and then find a cure for a deadly pandemic.
My mother, she was talking about how she's never gotten COVID, thank God, but she got the 2 shots, the first 2 Moderna shots, then she got the booster shot, and she's like, "Are you gonna get your booster?" I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because Anthony Fauci takes a booster shot like every other day, and he got COVID. I don't believe that motherfucker."
Yeah.
He looks like a golem. I don't trust him.
Gollum Fauci.
Yep.
Fauci.
He is a golem, and I don't like that.
Not a bad band name. Maybe ska band, Gollum Fachi.
The Gollum Faucis.
No, just Gollum Fachi, like Gogo Bordello, but
Oh,
Gollum
dude, I'm
Fachi.
going to see them November 3rd.
Are you really?
They're playing in Santa Ana. Yeah.
You probably could meet them on stage. I mean, I'm sure they're very, very, very meetable.
Well, I think there's going to be
People.
here's the only problem is that the person I'm going with. I'm a little worried about meeting them. You know
Why?
well, because I'm going with Vlad.
Oh, who's Vlad?
Vladimir Putin.
Oh,
And Eugene Hutz is from Ukraine. So
go with Putin to see Coco Portello. That's what I was thinking.
I was telling him, I'm like, listen, Vlad. I'm like, you can come with me, but I don't want you starting any shit. And he was like,
Me start shit?
yeah. I'm like, don't give me that. Come on, Vlad. You're gonna be on your best behavior, right? And he was like, I'm white glove. He's like, I'm white glove, Rosie.
I'm just gonna listen to.
I'm like,
wear it purple, wear it purple.
You're the opposite of white glove.
Yeah,
You're blood gloves, but
well, blood gloves.
he's been hanging out. He's been in Russia this whole time. I'm like, he needs a break. Maybe just get him out, take it away from him for a while, come back with a clear head.
Let him surf the pit at a Gogo Bordello show. See how it works
Fresh
out.
eyes. Yeah. Just like, look, I told him, dude, I'm like, I'm not going to, the minute you start fucking getting all propaganda-y, we're
Then this turns to politics, Putin.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to do that. Lord.
Oh, no, just start dancing purple.
Just want to listen to some gypsy punk rock.
Well, listen to some gypsy punk.
I'm like, the only Ukrainian person that's going to be there is the singer. So you can go there. Like, this is not the place you want to do a mass shooting. I can think of 10 other places right now in Orange County where I'd rather do a mass shooting than a Go-Go Bordel concert.
Oh, geez. I believe the FCC just like lit their ears up wherever you're talking. The flags just went up there. Continue there.
There's other people in LA doing worse shit than what I just said.
Yeah, I know. Not many though.
Only thing that would alarm the FCC right now was that I'm white. Like that, like the whole mass shooting. Yeah. That's a predominantly white sport.
I feel like it. Do you think it has anything to do with the video games? They're pretty exceedingly violent these days.
I don't play video games, but yeah, I've seen ads. I've seen people playing them, and it's not doing anything to help these people that are going to high schools and shooting people up.
I mean, you think about it. High school. I mean, I was, in middle school, I was playing video games.
Yeah,
they were 8-bit. I mean, maybe if they were better graphics, who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. I never read that. The thought never crossed my mind to bring a gun to school.
No, I don't. I was just happy to bring my lunch. My lunch to school.
Dude, when I was in high school, I was like smoking weed and trying to fucking finger girls. Like I wasn't trying to fucking shoot people.
Well, that's the thing. These people aren't trying to do that. They have an agenda. Plus, they've been militarized by the media, or by forms of media.
And these guys that get caught shooting, they just don't look like the kind of girls I can imagine. The kind of guys where a girl imagines that they want their fingers inside of them.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
They're all sickly looking, like they've been sitting in a room smoking fentanyl for fucking 4 days. They're all like, just.
You're talking about that one guy.
About anyone. Pick your shooter.
Pick your poison. Pick it. Yeah, they all look horrifically sick. Like they've just like been binging Netflix for 48 hours.
What are their parents doing?
I don't know. Blame it on Maryland and the heroin.
Like the kid comes down the house, like out downstairs with like a fucking semi-automatic wrapped around his shoulder. Hey, mom, should we go out for a bit? Okay, honey, be home for dinner.
Well, I actually listened.
Not like, where are you going with that gun?
I know it's tough.
It's sick.
I listen to a lot of NPR lately. There's nothing going on in Sports Hub right now. Just no new. There's no sports happening right now. The Red Sox are playing baseball, and that's it. So
it's terrible.
Like after the Celtics, but God bless them. After the Celtics did what they did, now there's just a lull of.
I'm proud of them.
Me too. I'm very proud of them. But baseball is seriously. I used to play baseball. I mean, not really. I used to sit in the outfield and get like bit by like bugs.
Yeah.
That's what baseball is.
Yeah.
Baseball is you're waiting to
Standing around getting bit by mosquitoes.
Get bit by mosquitoes, and you just want the game to be over with. Because it's. I mean, if you remember like high school or whatever, or middle school, or literally, it's the sun is shining. The sun is starting to go down, which is like prime time for mosquitoes, right?
Right.
And you're just getting bit by mosquitoes. So it's
right.
Just, they should call that mosquito ball.
It's very stupid.
It's a stupid game.
It is.
Hit a ball with a stick.
And like Jesse always wants
and
to
like
talk
grown
about
men,
baseball.
grown men take care of it. Like grown men take it very seriously. They take it very, very seriously. Baseball.
Well, you get these people who were like in the fantasy leagues.
Oh yeah.
It's like, dude, give me
if you can do fantasy baseball, you can probably work for NASA. Because honestly, like it's every single day you have to check the stats and the speed of the pitch and all that kind of garbage. Wow, did you just do some Jedi mind tricks on me there?
I don't know what that means. No, I'm trying to get my cameras fucking up.
Yeah, you don't talk about baseball with Josh Doane.
There we go. Well, like I have so many people ask me to join their fantasy leagues, and I'm like, no, and they're like, why? I'm like, because it's fucking stupid, and I don't have time.
I don't know why you call it fantasy, because when I was a kid, fantasy wasn't baseball. It was riding hot chicks. I don't know.
Or riding a horse.
Riding a horse.
Yeah.
But it was riding a unicorn into the rainbow world.
You know who lives in a lot of fantasy worlds?
Kanye West. Yeah.
Kanye West.
How's he doing these days?
I love him. He's out of his mind.
He's one of my people.
Yeah, he's amazing. If that's what you mean by your people, then yes, he's amazing.
Yeah.
No, not amazing.
That's what I mean. He's great. I love Kanye.
So do I.
The song "Moon." Have you heard "Moon" yet?
Have you heard? Oh man, yeah.
Delicious,
dude. I've been listening to a lot of Kendrick Lamar lately.
What do you think of his stuff?
I love it.
Do you like his new stuff?
I do.
No, what would really do good for you, good by you, is if you had a music track playing under this monotonous podcast.
Yeah, but every time I try to do that, I get like fucking emails saying I'm infringing on something.
Just get like fake music. Doesn't matter.
I don't want fake music.
You want real music, huh?
I don't think. I mean, I love the idea of incorporating music into the podcast, but with my podcast host, if I put music on, I can only do it with Spotify. That means I can only put it. I can't distribute it to Apple.
They have a oligarchy on you,
and that's my bread and butter, baby.
Yeah,
that's where people. That's where all the Australians used to listen to it.
Yeah. I know your theme song.
Australia, I'm dancing in the show tonight. Oh, but the Kinks.
Australia by the Shins.
Kinks. No, the Kinks. The Kinks.
The Kinks?
Yes.
The Kinks have a song called Australia. No, the Shins have a song called Australia.
I guarantee you the Kinks did it first.
No, it's a totally different song.
I'm saying the Kinks wrote their Australia song before the Shins. Who the fuck listens to a Shins? What are you studying? Were you doing gender studies at Sarah Lawrence? Who the fuck listens to the Kinks? I mean, the Shins. That's such a confused lesbian band.
They're hip to be square.
They're like Huey Lewis.
Yeah, they're like that scene in Back to the Future.
Yeah,
when he sketches a ride listening to Huey Lewis. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't listen to the Shins. I don't.
Their lyrics confuse me a little bit, actually.
Yeah, because it's like. This is how I think about the Shins. When a girl enters her first year at college as a freshman, and like she's 15 different things before she's like, all right, what the fuck am I doing? Like she's a lesbian one week, then she's like a vegan, then she's like an anarchist.
You can be an anarchist, a vegan, and a lesbian all at once.
Yeah, but they go
all that stuff in your.
They go through like the progression of it.
Yeah, you can keep it all in your tool chest. You can be a lesbian, a vegan, an anarchist, a sadist. A nihilist.
Today,
atheist.
I was gonna do the podcast with this guy John, who I know, and he's black and he's gay, and he is such a good sport about the jokes I make. but then he canceled, and he wouldn't tell me why. And I was like, something tells you that you're not really a big fan of the jokes I make.
It means you offended your friend there.
I don't think I offended him. I think he would have told me. But when I was talking about coming on the podcast, I was just like, all right. I'm like, well, just tell me what we can and can't talk about. And he told me what we couldn't talk about. And I was like, so what are we going to talk about? Nothing.
Well, you have the personality of a wet towel, Josh. So I just don't know. I don't know why people would want to talk to you.
That's not very personable at all. That's like the worst kind of fucking compliment I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, no one likes to be around a wet towel.
Yeah, then my mom got mad at me because
she's listening to the show and she's like, what is happening on this thing?
She was like, what the fuck, are you on drugs? And I'm like, no.
But you're not on drugs. You're just on your time.
I'm just on fucking, I don't know, cancel culture.
Cancel culture. Hashtag cancel culture. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Double cancel culture.
Cancel squared culture.
Cancel. Yeah. Fuck them.
Cancel squared culture. Cancel square culture.
It's like I was talking about how it would be funny if like if like somebody sent out so many dick pics that like the person went to the cops and then they were like, well, if you think it's this person, they have like a dick pic lineup. And it's like, I think that's it, but they're all the same dick, just in like different, like, lighting, like
lighting.
Yeah.
And then one's a composite sketch of the
Just using like different camera apertures and like, it's like, oh, it's all the same dick. So you're lying.
It's a composite sketch. One looks like an Andy Warhol one for some reason. I don't know why.
Right.
It's like the tomato soup cans and the banana. That looks the same.
It's like I could pick my girlfriend's vagina out of a vagina lineup any day.
I remember that. I could pick your girlfriend's vagina out of the lineup too.
She has a very distinct vagina.
Really?
Really.
Well, if I was to show you 3 vaginas right now, you'd be able to know which vagina is your girlfriend's.
Yeah, you have a picture of it, right?
I do.
Yeah.
On my phone. I'll pull it up right now.
Yeah.
It gets me
How funny would that be if you were like, and I'm like, where did you get that?
It gets me through the lonely nights, Josh.
Oh boy.
That's funny.
I'm still getting shit for people like getting mad at me now because I haven't seen The Mandalorian. I
haven't really seen it either.
It's like extending past anything Star Wars that I haven't seen, which is everything.
There's a point in Star Wars where it's like the 7 made sense, right? Then after that, it's like, come on, really? Like you keep on going with this?
What made sense?
The 7, the prequels, and then the ones before that afterwards.
Some guy was like, "Oh, you're an asshole," and I'm like, "All right."
What do you think of South Park going to Paramount? That's what I want to know.
Let that take up space in your head. South Park's moving to Paramount Plus.
What do you think of South Park going to Paramount, Josh?
I don't know. I have Paramount Plus. I don't watch it, but I have it.
You don't watch South Park? I'm reading your lips at this point.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
What the fuck?
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
So what do you think of South Park going to Paramount?
I don't care.
You don't care?
No. I don't really watch much TV anymore. Like I've actually been reading a lot.
Really?
Yeah, trying to keep my brain sharp for when the semester starts.
How's those Richard Scarry books?
I've been reading Wayside Stories from Sideways Stories from Wayside School.
Yeah, it's like
by Louis Sasher. Yeah.
It's choose your own adventure, right, Josh? What are you gonna choose?
I did that with BJ. I made a progression story game where I'd give him a scenario. Then he had 3 choices, and based on the choice he chose to be another scenario. It took me like 2 weeks to write it.
And he got pregnant at the end.
No, he actually got murdered at Sharon House of Pizza.
Is that in Sharon, Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's where it took place. And he was in love with a 16-year-old niece, but it was through marriage. They weren't blood related.
Oh my God. So how did
that was still weird?
No, it's kind of a weird story.
He got murdered by George Pappas, the guy that owned Dairy Queen. Yeah.
Oh. Well, if you're gonna get murdered, you might as well get murdered by George Pappas, who owns Dairy Queen.
He's the best.
Do you think he made a blizzard out of him?
and ate him.
Like a BJ Blizzard, like chunks of BJ in the
No,
blizzard.
I think he murdered him with a frozen leg of lamb.
That just doesn't make sense. That
Because
doesn't. That's not.
he's Greek. They eat lamb.
Well,
Euros.
yeah.
Bludgeon him.
Bludgeon him with a euro.
Yeah,
A euro.
So do you know what a yurt is?
No.
I didn't either.
It's dirty, isn't it?
No, it's like a yoga thing.
Oh, tell me.
It's like a tent domicile thing.
It's a thing that you do yoga in? A tent.
Yeah.
A yoga tent.
So here's what happened. So this girl that my girlfriend that I've been going out with now, she's starting to get into like yoga, and she like bought a Subaru, and she's been talking about doing goat yoga.
Oh, doing a goat.
So you do yoga, and these little goats like crawl on you and shit everywhere.
I feel like that's a terrible use of a goat.
It's a terrible use of a goat.
Like, who put that together? Who put goat and yoga together? And said this
someone who's crunchy.
Because yoga's a very relaxing thing. You know, you might tense up a little bit, but then let's add goats to it.
Well, you fought, and so I was talking to her about this. I was like, what the fuck is next? What are you going to stop brewing your own kombucha and making your own granola?
I'd love to see her brew her own kombucha. What is that even made of? What is that? Vinegar?
I'm like, I don't like this.
What is kombucha? Is this vinegar? Virus?
I don't know.
I
don't drink it because there's trace amounts of alcohol in it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So anyway, she was telling me that she wants to do all these things, and I was like, it's a little crunchy for me. I'm like, it's too crunchy. And she's like, what the fuck does that mean? Like getting all like pissed off and shit.
Crunchy.
I'm like, you bought a Subaru. I know that you're waiting for the coexist sticker to come in the mail. You want to do goat yoga. I'm like, what the fuck?
The coexist sticker to come in the mail.
I'm like, every one of your radio stations is preset to NPR.
You got a coexist sticker, but not from Amazon Prime. You got it from like a real store.
Subaru.
You got it from a real store, so it would take like 7 to 10 business days to get to you.
The coexist store. And I'm like, what's next? Like what's gonna happen? I can't find my car. Oh, we found it trying to vote for Bernie Sanders. Like, what the fuck?
You know what? Something's really interesting. Here's a non-changes. This is a change of subject. How did everything become greatest of all time? There's one goat, right? It's obviously Brady. But how did there become any goats after that? Like, how did they even put goat together as a thing?
And they're actually doing the Go Oat now.
Oh, what's that? What's a Go Oat?
It's the DoorDash thing. It's called the greatest order of all time.
Oh, that's so stupid.
So stupid.
Wow.
That's like hiring Kevin Hart to play at a fucking party. It's so fucking stupid.
It'd be expensive to hire Kevin Hart at a party.
And for someone who's not funny.
He has his moments.
He's not funny.
Who are your comedians? Do you like Brian Posehn? You like him?
Yeah, I do. Dave Chappelle, number one.
Dave Chappelle's your number one comedian.
Dave Chappelle's my number one comedian. Yep.
Number one comedian. Okay.
Of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time. Sorry, trans people.
Well,
I must be a transphobe.
You might be.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. Yeah. Bill Burr is your second funniest comedian of all time.
Yep.
Wow.
Then Richard Pryor.
Wouldn't Richard Pryor be because he's the oldest and
But the thing is, like, it was a different style of comedy back then. Like,
so
for our generation, though, Dave Chappelle is current. He's alive. But Richard Pryor, I watched his old specials the other day. I was laughing my ass off.
John Mulaney, where does he fall on your list of?
That bit that he did about playing the Tom Jones song at that diner.
Oh yeah.
Was one of the funniest fucking bits I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So he's up there. He's good. I like John.
He's up there. He's up there.
How about
Go ahead.
No, you.
Who do you like? No, you go.
I have okay. I like Lenny Bruce, but like towards the end when he was getting in all that trouble and he was like fucking like falling apart, like doing drugs and shit. He wasn't funny, but his early shit was great.
So you're going all the way back to the golden hours of comedy with Lenny Bruce.
Yeah, there's not many current comics that make me laugh. I like Tom Segura.
Patton Oswalt.
I'd rather listen to somebody take a shit.
Tell me how you really feel.
I'm funnier than Patton Oswalt. That's how I feel. I'm confident to say that I am funnier than Patton Oswalt.
Wow.
He's not funny.
I think he's funny.
You know what that's called? Not funny.
Patton Oswalt?
Yep.
Why don't you name your show Patton Oswalt and see how long you get sued?
I don't want to get sued by him. I don't want people to think that I respect him.
No, but it's like when Pearl Jam was gonna name their band Mookie Blaylock. It's like the same thing.
That would have been a better name.
Pearl Jam, you know what that is.
I don't like them. I don't care.
Well, yeah, it's gross. It's
They
like Limp Bizkit. What's all of these sexual references for bands?
You know, I made it 2 years in this podcast without anybody ever mentioning Limp Bizkit.
Sorry, shouldn't have me on the podcast. Diehard Limp Bizkit fan.
Son of a bitch.
rolling.
I'm gonna get you a Fred Durst t-shirt.
Please do. I don't know. Can you give me the one where he's an old man now, and that's supposed to be his thing? What is that? He's an old man. He comes out in a rocking chair, and then he's Limp Bizkit. What is this? Yes, it's really.
Hey,
something.
is Bob Dylan dead yet?
Not yet.
Fuck.
Do you have him on your Bob Dylan? You have like a Bob Dylan timeline, or like a ETA and when he's gonna die? Or?
Every time I hear his music, and I'm not condoning this, but every time I hear his music, I get why there's mass shootings.
Oh, we're back to the mass shootings. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I don't think anyone listens to Bob Dylan before mass shootings.
I hear his music, I'm like, I can fucking see it.
No, I think if you had to
By the way, this is the last podcast I'm ever going to get to do.
Yeah, you got to stop talking about mass shootings, man. It's a very hot button situation. But I'm telling you, Ace of Base, if you just were playing Ace of Base over and over and over and over again, you could turn
Which song? The Sign? Or Sign. She Wants a Baby? Okay. All right.
Just play The Sign over and over and over again and see what happens.
You know, when we were doing a podcast a couple weeks ago, BJ and I kept playing fucking Lift Yourself by Kanye West over and over again on a loop. You know that song? Poopity Scoop. It's on a fucking loop, dude.
Poopity poop. Poopity
and
scoop.
After like the 12th time it played, BJ was just fucking funny, dude. Then it was funny again. It started again. It just kept like we're talking, and I would just play that, and then the next week I kept playing the Jean-Luc Picard song. You know that song? Captain Jean-Luc Picard, the USS Enterprise. Just kept playing that in a loop.
How do you feel about ABBA? Where's ABBA rank on your music?
I honestly think I only know like 2 of their songs.
Well, you know, they're like the Swedish explosion.
Yeah.
There's a big Swedish explosion in music, and ABBA's pretty much the reason for it.
Did you know that Garth Brooks had an alter ego?
Chris Gaines.
Yes, I just found that out like 2 weeks
Isn't
ago.
that ridiculous? He was like an alternative rocker.
Yeah, he looked like the Mind Freak guy.
He did look like the Mind Freak guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And which is
weird.
Which is weird because the Mind Freak guy, that whole alternative magic. I didn't think we'd talk about alternative magic.
Yeah, I know, like magic, like magic needs an alternative.
Yeah. Alternative. We got to alternative magic on the podcast, Joshua. That's a first.
It's like it's like when what's his name there? The fucking not the fucking magic guy, but the other guy that was like the fortune teller or whatever.
David Blaine.
No, not David Blaine. He was a guy that did South Park spoofed an episode of it where the guy was like would tell people what their futures are and shit. He was like
John Edwards.
That guy.
The guy who would talk to dead people.
Yeah.
There's someone in the room with a father. He died. His name starts with S.
Somebody in this room has a credit card.
Yeah. Someone in this room's wearing shoes.
I was like, shame on you, public, for believing that. Like people in other countries see this shit and they're like, America's gonna be so easy to fucking take over.
Sometimes I think like there's so many stupid people making money. Like why? Yeah, why am I not one of them? You know,
because you're not stupid.
I'm not stupid. I actually have a purpose, but like
right. That's why.
Like, I mean, it'd be something if like Jonathan Edwards. He duped a whole bunch of people. Had a TV.
Yeah, you don't
TV
want to.
show.
That's the thing. You don't want to be a hero.
You don't. You
Heroes,
don't. You don't be a duper either. You don't
heroes,
dupe people.
heroes die horrible deaths. Heroes never win.
Actually, they always win. That's the point. Bruce Willis won.
That guy's career has been in the toilet since
Die
Demi Moore
Hard.
started fucking Ashton Kutcher, your doppelganger.
Not anymore. It's really kind of sad.
Yeah, you look more like Dean Ween, which is badass.
Oh, I appreciate that. I was gonna say,
dude. Don't
Jeff
say
Garner.
it. Don't. I thought you were gonna say Brett Favre. I'm like, don't do it. Dude.
Oh no, not Brett Favre. No, Brett Favre. No,
That guy was sending pictures of his dick to babysitters when his wife had cancer.
Mondays, am I right?
Is today Monday?
Today's Thursday.
Today is Thursday.
Yeah.
There was that other guy too that did some lascivious shit.
Lascivious. That's a great word. That's the word of the day. We all
Uh,
scream real loud and take our pants off. Lascivious.
lascivious. Everybody's getting in fucking trouble, man. Everybody. I don't know what to think of all this shit.
I mean,
man.
I listen to NPR now. I don't even watch Deshaun Watson. Not a great guy. Not a great guy. Not doing great things. He got suspended for 8 games.
I love
the Cleveland Browns.
That's it.
First of all, he's a Cleveland Brown, and second of all, he did all the other stuff.
Yeah, and everybody was giving that the one guy shit, the quarterback.
Deshaun Watson.
No. But there's another one that sold crab legs from like a price chopper in Florida. and everyone's giving him shit. The guy that played at FSU, I can't remember his name right now. Everyone's giving him shit. I'm like, Deshaun Watson raped like 13 fucking massage therapists.
I know.
This guy can't steal crab legs.
He settled out of court for everything. He like blew all the money that he made playing football on these women that he raped. So
right,
great.
I heard a story that an Uber driver
supposedly raped.
No. Well, he raped him. Okay. This Lenny Dykstra used to be a baseball player for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
This guy has gone off the fucking deep end since he retired like 10, 12 years ago, whatever it was. An Uber driver picked him up and he wanted to change where he was going, but he didn't want the Uber driver to put it into the thing.
Yeah.
So he pulled a gun on him.
Wow.
Hit him with the gun.
Really?
Pulled him out of the Uber and drove to where he wanted to go, and then drove the Uber back to the scene of the crime and got arrested.
He was a catcher.
He's a chucker.
The catcher.
Like George Costanza. He's a chucker.
Yeah. But you know what, though? The Iron Sheik was someone. He's a very interesting guy now.
The wrestler?
Yeah, the Iron Sheik, yeah.
He's alive?
He does. He's very interesting. He's a very interesting character. Look up Iron Sheik. You probably get him on the podcast.
That'd be something. I don't think anybody knows who he is.
Everyone knows who Iron Sheik is. If you're a wrestler, you know who Iron Sheik is.
I'm not a wrestler.
No, you're not. I mean, I'm not a wrestler either.
Mickey Rourke was a wrestler.
You could be a wrestler, Josh.
Dude, that movie was so fucked up.
I never saw it, actually.
Dude, you know who I would love to have intercourse with?
Explain.
The chick from fucking Silicon Valley.
Oh, she's great. Yeah. The chick from the movie Silicon Valley or the place?
The TV show.
Yeah, I know. It's a great show.
Yeah, she's fucking hot.
Did you watch the whole thing? Can we just talk about that? Did you watch the whole thing?
I did.
So basically,
terrible ending.
They ruined the world.
Like worse than Dexter.
Dexter's ending. That was something. Let's talk about Dexter's ending.
The first ending.
Oh, actually, yeah, there's more Dexter shows.
I watched the first 2 episodes and I was kind of like,
yeah, I didn't feel like being triggered.
Yeah. To murder?
Well, Dexter was such an intense show.
Yeah, 5 of the 8 seasons were good.
Well, I remember all of them. The one with the guy who sewed the bodies up. Oh, Jesus.
I like the second to last season with the gay fucking Russian hitman.
Yeah. The one with John Lithgow. That was intense.
Yeah, dude. That was great.
That was one where he sewed up his victims and then he would
No, he was the Trinity Killer.
Oh yeah.
The first to sort up the victims. That was the ice truck killer.
That was awful. I
Great.
mean, why would you want to? Why would you want to like relive this stuff by watching more Dexter? You know,
Great.
Just let him just drive off into his boat and stay in Alaska. And there you go.
one thing Dexter doesn't do is promote mass shootings. That dude did it up close.
That was 4 times. 4 times. 4 times so far in this podcast. 4 times.
Mass shootings.
5 times.
It's like, but he didn't do that. He didn't mass kill anybody. He just did it one at a time. Very personal, very fucking real.
I mean, he was, you know, it's just.
I mean, he had mass shooting numbers, like total.
No, he didn't.
He did. How many people he killed?
Dexter?
How many people get killed in a mass shooting? 8, 12?
I mean, we're talking about all the mass shootings. There's been a lot.
No. I mean, like one mass shooting.
Depends.
Dexter dwarfed those numbers.
I mean, all right, you know. Agree to disagree.
I would disagree to disagree.
I agree to disagree.
Fine, moving on.
Yeah. See how long this comes up in the conversation again. You have it on your brain. You have it on your brain. You have
well, let's say everybody should have it on their brain.
Well, yeah.
I'm almost out of hooch.
Yeah. So how long does this podcast go for?
This one currently?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I have stuff to do.
Okay. We can end it. I gotta take a shit, to tell you the truth. But
So
we got to do this again though, because this is the first time I've used Zoom and it's been a split screen.
There you go.
I love it.
Do you have a bit to end the show with?
I can do a mass shooting joke.
No more. You've done a lot. You've done enough for us already, Josh. America says thank you.
You're welcome, America. All right. Well, yeah, we can end on this. So things are going good in your life.
Yeah.
Things are going good in my life. You know, Jay, this is probably the happiest I've seen you in a long time. And I know you're excited about being a dad, and I am so excited for you. And
thanks,
I'm very much looking forward to coming home and meeting your daughter. And I think that this is just from where we were running around, acting like idiots, just being fucking dumb kids.
Yeah.
You know, to where you've come now. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy to call you my friend.
Well, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you too. And
let's hope that your daughter doesn't grow up to be a mass shooter.
Oh, for Christ's sake, I gotta go.
I mean Lord. It though. I love you, buddy.
No, I love you too. You're great. Thank you.
All right, I will let you know when I get this episode posted, and let's do this again real soon, okay, man?
All right. Thank you. And what's the name of your show again?
2 Sweet Lambruscos.
That's 2 Sweet Lambruscos with
TOO. Too sweet, like we're too sweet.
Oh, you're too sweet. It's not like too sweet.
No, too sweet. All right, your phone's going crazy. All right, I love you, man.
All right, see you later.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.